blog, but what they did the following day was put out a following blog, which is called Gridiron Notes, where they answer about 8 to 10 community questions that they were getting asked, on social media or during the stream about each news segment. And a lot of this went overlooked because people just see the initial news blog and the stream and think that's it, but they actually followed up with a lot of answers to important questions. Now, I touched on a lot of these gameplay ones that they covered in Monday's video, so I will link that below in the pinned comment and the description if you missed that one. Today, we're going to focus on the franchise, the career mode, and some other gameplay stuff related to the abilities that are in the game. So first, we'll cover the franchise and career mode stuff, and then we'll cover the abilities / more gameplay stuff that they revealed. So the first question here is, are the ratings spread a franchise mode thing only? And it says here that the rating spread will apply to other areas of the game, namely rosters and exhibition. It will not impact Madden Ultimate Team. So that is a question that I did see asked a lot with the talk of the rating spread, kind of just spreading out the ratings, making the upper tier people feel upper tier. They said you're gonna have starters that could be in the 50s now in some positions, but people wanted to know, like, was this just for franchise mode only? No, it will be for regular online head-to-head, regular play now. Ultimate Team always goes off of its own rating scale. It always has, it always will. That's just kind of how the mode operates, so this will not be impacting Ultimate Team. The next question says, can you provide a more detail about the scenario engine and what it will do to help those struggling in their career? Now, it says here, users will not experience the scenario engine during a football game. We will not impact gameplay because someone is struggling during the game. We want franchise mode to be more challenging for users that are performing well. Here's an example. You're going into a boss battle against an opposing X Factor player. If your record is above 600, you will not gain as much XP for beating that boss as you would have if you had a worse winning percentage. The thinking here is that we see a bunch of users dominate their offline franchise year over year. They don't need extra XP to continue to dominate, but then you have people on the other side who are struggling to win any games, so we wanted to give them an opportunity to win better rewards if they're already struggling. So the scenario engine is more of a thing that's not in the actual like head-to-head game. It's like throughout the season, after the game, before the game, you'll have certain objectives you got to complete. There'll be certain storylines that come into play, but one of the things that this can recognize is that if you're going into a boss battle, which means you're going up against one of the top X Factor players in the league, like a JJ Watt or an Antonio Brown, you may have an objective that you have to complete to earn XP. Now, if you have a really good record, you're going to earn less XP because they're viewing this as you don't need the XP to upgrade your team as much because you're such a better player, and they want to make it a challenge. What's going on, everybody? It's Eric Ray with the back here, and in today's video, I'm going to be covering some more Madden 20 news related to franchise.
You guys see that I really did hit those stats. Okay, so let's go here. This is the link I'm going to copy.
Julio Jones stats, 12 catches, 300 yards, and 1 touchdown. In 2016, he caught 12 catches, 300 yards, and 1 touchdown against Carolina. So I pretty much reenacted those stats. So let me show you guys on here on the screen real quick. So you guys can see what I'm talking about real quick. Stay to
now you see down here you got a first place winner. You're gonna do it. Submit it. So once you submit, you just hopefully, once there's a lot of traffic, you hope to pray that once you submit that you can get 10 or top 20. But we'll keep it, updated as people messages get verified, so that way you still have a chance to, hit any open slots that we might still have available. So, all right, so just need to submit your video, and then the screen will prompt you. Okay. So your video is not going to be verified for
this way.
Channel
Put this over here real quick.
I did it.
So, anyways, what you guys see here is Julio Jones. I reenacted his Week 16 game, the game that he played against, he played against Carolina in 2016. I'm gonna show you that. So, 12 catches, 300 yards, 1 touchdown. The exact same game he played in 2016.
Obviously,
show you guys this real quick. So you guys look at this right here. This will happen in week 4 in 2016. You got 12 passes, 300 yards, and 1 touchdown. So that's the whole thesis of the website, is to match the exact stats and get paid for doing it. Obviously, it's a race. Obviously, you got to buy in for the challenge. And then once you buy in for the challenge, your money will go towards a pot, and you'll get a certain percentage of that pot, depending on what place you place in. So there you have it, 12 catches, 300 yards. And then we go here
So as you guys are
to the actual stats, 12 catches, 300 yards, and 1 touchdown. So that's what you have. That's what we have here. So
yeah, that's how you do it.
everything looks
That's how
good.
you navigate stuff. It's very simple.
So I'll be
The video
posting
wasn't too
more
long,
stuff.
But I highly
Okay.
recommend that you guys watch
Cool.
the video and make some more short. All right, thank you, and God bless everybody.
This generation of Madden has been by far the worst yet.
Match stats,
The PlayStation
stats.
2 era is considered the glory days.
Match stats.
The 360 and PS3 era had its ups and downs, but it had